Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Economics Learning. I am Sadman Rubaid Shafi and today I am going to talk about a fundamental concept of economics named Production Possibility Frontier or PPF. So at first let's know about what is PPF. So the Production Possibility Frontier is a concept used in economics to illustrate the maximum output combinations of two goods or services that an economy can produce given its resources and technology. Assuming full utilization of resources and efficiency, it shows the trade-offs between producing different goods and as increasing the production of one typically requires sacrificing some of the production of the other. The PPF is typically depicted as a curve on a graph with one or service on the x-axis and the other on the y-axis. The PPF demonstrates the concepts of scarcity and opportunity cost in economics. So we have explained something broadly and now let's go to the key takeaways of our explanations. Opportunity cost represents resource loss from one product to another. Maximum production is illustrated by a curve on a graph. Production possibility frontier indicates impossible scenarios with very available resources. PPF aids in determining the optimal product mix for managers. So let's go to the PPF curve which will demonstrate us very well. So here is the PPF curve and to aid the curve understand we have added the table of two goods. The goods are named cake and the water. So here we can see that if we try to produce 20 bottles of water, we cannot produce any units of cake. So if we try to produce cake, then we have to sacrifice something production from our water. So we have reduced 5 units and come into 15 bottles of water and we can produce 15 units of cake. Then we also reduced 5 units and we come into 10 units of 10 units of water and we produced 25 units of water. And at last we can say that here we have uh, produced 35 units of cake which is maximum, and at that time we cannot produce any units of water just because of the scarcity of our resources. So in the curve we can see that there are many points D, B, F, E, A and C. So D, B, F and E are the efficient point and A is the inefficient point, C is the unattainable point. C is unattainable point because the resources are not available that much, and here the A is inefficient point because the producer is not utilizing his all the resources. So D, B, F and E as the boundaries where uh, the producer can produce maximum amounts of water and cake. So here are the combinations and these points are the efficient points because there the producer will utilize his all the resources effectively. The PPF curve actually reflects many things. One is efficiency, another one is inefficiency, then trade-offs and then opportunity cost. So efficiency means points on the PPF like those shown in the graph D, B, F and E represents efficient production levels where resources are fully utilized. Trade-offs means moving along the curves shows the trade-off between the two goods. Producing more of one good requires producing less of the other. Their opportunity cost means the slope of PPF reflects the opportunity cost, indicating how much of one good must be given up to produce more one more of the other good. Inefficiency means the points inside the curve, here A, inside the curve represent inefficient production where resources are not fully utilized. So we can say that points on the interior of the PPF are inefficient, points on the PPF are efficient, and points beyond the PPF are unattainable. The PPF curve always varies depending on many factors, and in this video I will explain three types of PPF curves one after one. So in this slide we can see that first one is concave PPF curve, and this is the practical example of two goods, and here you can see that concave PPF curve is also known as increasing opportunity cost. So let's explain why this concave PPF curve is called the increasing opportunity cost. First of all, uh, there are two trade-offs, A and B, and in the point A, to produce 1 unit of extra gun from 1 to 2, the producer have to sacrifice 50 units of butter, and because of the scarcity of resources. And another point is B, where if the producer wants to produce 1 unit of extra gun from 5 to 6, the producer have to sacrifice 100 units of butter. Here you can notice that the cost of sacrificing is increasing whenever the producer wants to produce more units of gun. That is why this concave curve shows the increasing opportunity cost. Next one is the convex PPF curve. So here is the curve, and also we added the two goods, butter and the gun. Convex PPF curve is also known as decreasing opportunity cost. So this one we can see that there are also two trade-offs, A and B, and in the point A, to produce 1 unit of extra gun from 1 to 2, the producer have to sacrifice 100 units of butter, and in the point B, if the producer wants to produce extra units of gun from 5 to 6, the producer have to sacrifice 100 units of butter. So we can notice that the production at first the production sacrifice was at first 100 units of butter, then it decreases to 50 units of butter at the point B. So that is why we can say that the cost of sacrificing is decreasing whenever the producer wants to produce more units of gun. That is why the convex curve shows the decreasing opportunity cost. So at least we see the straight line PPF curve. So here is the curve, and we also added two uh, goods, butter and gun. Straight line PPF curve is also called the constant opportunity cost. So let's exemplify why it is called the constant opportunity cost. First of all, there we also added two trade-offs, A and B. In the A trade-off, we can see that if the producer wanted to produce an extra unit of gun from 1 to 2, the producer have to sacrifice 50 units of butter. And in the point B, if the producer wants to go from 5 to 6, then he has to sacrifice the units of butter, 50 units. So in the both trade-off, we can see that the opportunity cost is same, and that is why the straight line PPF curve is said the constant opportunity cost. So that's all about my part, and thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.